Greetings, Bazalwane. I would like to apologize before you start watching this that at the end of the video, we actually, like 3 minutes before the end of the interview, we had load shedding and it was pitch black. I tried to edit light here and there, but still it can show Guti. It was pitch black. So please do forgive me for that. Also, the interview, we did it on a Saturday. This was after a cross night that was held in Mpumalanga, ebandleni kaBaba Bishop. And Bazalwane, he was so exhausted. You know, he was so exhausted that if ever Beguto I'm from around in Mpumalanga, I would have postponed. But because I was from Durban and I couldn't, but he honored Ilantuki appointment yethu. He was very much exhausted. So there are places whereby kuthola ukuthi mhlambe uyazamula a bit. Ngicela understand bathandekayo that it was because bebekade phuma kwi-cross night and he was tired. Hi family, welcome back to my channel. Igama lami nguZikhona. Today I have Bishop Twala ngisempumalanga ebandleni lakhe, a Temple of Faith, and I really want to say ukuthi I am honored about that camera is just there to capture, but it's literally a very basic conversation that we have. But even before we start, when I contacted you, I was very much sure it was on pop. I think because of I've seen Guti, like I've seen, even though I was to the full capacity, but I've seen you preaching in different places. And when I engaged, when I contacted you, I was like, but the way you received me, Jens and Dagrina was like, Nkulunkulu might have given me favor to do this. So I want to be grateful. I honestly want to be grateful. I have your WhatsApp number, and when I see I'm a poster it shook me because I know what you've been in many places. But these things are in the same day. How does you travel back and forth? And so at all. For people which is I doubt but for those can you please kindly introduce yourself?
Ngiyathokoza kakhulu nkosazane. Ngibingelele ababukeli bonke bohlelo lwakho emakhaya. Mina ngiyubaba uTwala, formerly known as Bishop T. Twala. Amagama ami ke okuzalwa ngithokozani Emmanuel Twala. Uma ke umbishop awubi namahluku namagama akho ngoba kwi-episcopal umbishop ngegama lakhe, like your Bishop Desmond, your Bishop, that's how it goes. Yes, so ngiuBishop T. Twala, ngingokuzalwa eNewcastle eMatateni ila ngizalwe khona. I'm from a very small family, raised by women. There was no man on site kuba umkhulu wami washeshe wabiswa inkosi ngokufa. So ngikhule nje kuyimina, kuma wami, kumamncane, kugogo wami. Ngoqala ke ekhaya kithi ngelanywa abafana ababili emva kwami. So ke ngizalwa emndeni wezinsizwa ezintathu. Ngiganelwe ke nginonkosikazi uNdlunkulu kaMamoni Twala. uNkulunkulu wasibusisa ngamadodakazi amathathu. Ngokubizwa ke uNkulunkulu nawo kokuthunywa sisendaweni ekuthiwa kuse-Embalenhle la sikhona khona namhlanje esekhunda eMpumalanga province. So that's where umsebenzi esithunywe wona is based and was founded. La nje uhlezi khona, it is where we really started. Amatende used to stand here. Imikhukhu esaqala kuyona used to stand here. So we are just standing on history of where this wonderful ministry began. So that basically that's who I am. In description, I am a Bible scholar. Ngiwumuntu othanda ukufunda, bookworm. Ngiyathanda ukuresearcha ngoba ngokwe calling yami ngiyumvangeli uma ungilalela ngishumayela. But serving over the years, I have an apostolic grace of planting churches, establishing people, releasing them to ministry and assisting them like that. So that's basically who I am. Ngithanda kakhulu ukubizwa ukuthi ngubaba more than ukuthi ngubishop. Ngiyini enye ngoba ngine assignment nesifiso empilweni yami sokuthi alikho igama emhlabeni elidlula ukuthi umuntu ubaba, ngoba ukuthi ubaba kuyi-function more than a title. So mhlawumbe makuthiwa ngubishop ngicabanga ngokushumayela, ngicabanga ngepulpit neministry, kodwa makuthiwa ngiwubaba kumuntu okholwayo, ngiwubaba kumuntu ongakholwa, ngiwubaba kumuntu engihlangene naye ngento zokukholwa, ngiwubaba kumuntu engihlangene naye eShoprite, ngiwubaba kumuntu engigibele naye endizeni, ngiwubaba kumuntu engiphila naye emphakathini. So isifiso sami uma ungangibuza ukuthi bishop ufisa ukuba yini ekugcineni, if ngifike ekugcineni kwempilo yami ngingafisa ukukhunjulwa ngokuthi uBishop Twala wayebaba oshumayela ivangeli more than anything.
Baba, I had a thought yokuthi you originally come from Eswatini. I don't know why.
Abantu abaningi bayaye bacabange kanjalo uma ungowakaThwala by virtue uAswati, ngoba imvelaphi yethu eningi ivela kaNgwane. Sekuhluka-ke nje ukuthi abaseseswazini kuthiwa omnyamanze, thina kuthiwa somnyamande, kodwa nje kufana cishe konke. Now ngaloko ukuthi in my veins and in my system bukhona lobuSwati, nami mase ngikhula ngabuvuselela lobuSwati. So a lot of times nje when I teach I'll be using a Swati Bible. Yes, ngoba I believe in vernacular Bibles alikho iBhayibheli rich njengeBhayibheli lesiswati in terms of grammar, the way it presents things, it's beautiful. So ngingumZulu waKwaZulu Natal, ongumSwati. Yes.
Wow. Baba, you come from you've been raised by single parents. Ekhaya bekukhona ukukholwa.
Yes, definitely. I'm from a Christian family. In actual fact, ubufundisi babungeke bungeje ngoba from both my parental families kunabafundisi. Yes, kuno archbishop, kunabaprofeti. So vele uma wakhulunywa ngezikhwama, cha ukuthi mhlambe leso sikhwama esasekhaya. So when I actually became a reverend, my families were not shocked with how uthatha into kamkhulu wakhe. So it was on a lighter note like that. So ngikhulele vele ekhaya lokukholwa, strong Christian values, strong. That is why ngisho insindiso yangibamba emncane kakhulu, ngoba insindiso eyafika, kodwa hayi ukuthi kwafika insindiso ukukholwa kungekho. Yafika sisonta kwase kufika insindiso. Kodwa vele nje ngomuntu wasesontweni, ingane yaqiniswa, ingane yabusiswa, ingane yabhabhathiswa, konke wasesontweni ngayenzelwa khona.
How did kwakugeja njani ukuba igundane lasesontweni? Because I normally noticed abangani bami abakhulele from ekusindisweni ukuthi baxoxa isitori sokuthi them having a personal relationship with God took time because they thought it was automatic. Silana uNkulunkulu khona, so that means nami ngisindisiwe.
Yes, but the different part about me is ngangingeke ebandleni losindiso, ibandla lami lalingasindisiwe. Yes, ngikhule sisonta, hence I said. So ke uma ngiphenduka ngisindiswa, I moved out from ibandla leli lakithi ngasindiswa. So angikwazanga ukuthi ngayigulwana ngoba ngisindiswe ngimncane, ngeza vele ngize ensindisweni. Yes, engahambi nababa uyimina emphendukile. So insindiso ke yafika ngami ke ekhaya, bagcina besindiswe bonke nabangasekhoyo ngobuningi babo, kodwa sonke sife sesinabantwana bakaNkulunkulu futhi sesisindisiwe.
Baba, how old were you when you accepted Christ?
uJesu ngimamukele kuneminyaka eyisikhombisa. That was the greatest blessing of my life, ukuthi impilo yami yonke I've been in church. 7. Yes, so I've been in church all my life. Angiyazi enye into yezwe, ngoba noma ngabe ngifikelwa i-adolescent stage yangithola ngila ngikhonzela ngo-chorus leader, okuningi kwempilo yami kusesontweni. Uma ungangikhipha esontweni ungibeke noma kuphi, I wouldn't be able to function ngoba angazi ukuthi kuphi. Yonke impilo yami I've been in church, and I was in church, literally in church.
Papa, when you say 7 years old, I don't even know what I was doing where.
Yes.
If you say you were 7, you accepted Christ and you have to live esontweni lakini and come to evangeli.
Yes.
What was that transition? Because at that time you're still literally dependent on something.
Yes.
Tell what to do, everything you are told by a parent. It's not like umuntu 18 that can maneuver around.
Yes. uNkulunkulu uyayihlela indlela yomuntu. Uma thina siphenduka kwakunganje namhlanje kwakungengamvuselelo yatende. Indawo eyakithi la ngaphendukela khona eMatateni sasimuvela endaweni entsha futhi ilokishi elisha eliqalayo. So ke abazalwane bamabandla amadala o-FM o Assemblies of God o African Gospel o Full Gospel kusho ukuthi kwakuba naleyo nto ukuthi maqala umuzi omusha nabazalwana ngithi vele abanye bebeqashe kwenye indawo abanye bebesa khonze kwenye indawo njengoba bethola iziza nemhlaba yabo la shuthi ukukhonza kwabo manje sekukude amabandla abo lapha ekhona khona. So abafundisi bangaleso sikhathi ke babesebenzisa into ethi uma kuqala indawo entsha kuhamba kuyovangelwa kuleyo ndawo bese kuqaleka imisebenzi ngenxa yale community entsha eqalile. So ke sasikuleso sikhathi emakuphenduka kwakuqalwa imisebenzi onke amabandla emvuselelo. Futhi ke ungahleka nkosazane ngoba ngendlela ubunye obabungayo ngaleso sikhathi abazalwane basebandleni elithize babengami bodwa abanye babebodwa. Emvuselelweni nje mina engaphenduka kuyo kwakuhlangene amabandla amabili. Abazane base Faith Mission babe kanye nabazane base AGCI. Bekubenza le imvuselo wabili. Umzane wayethi mayephenduka yena akhethe ukuthi hayi ngiyangapha noma ngiyangapha. So ke ngesikhathi ke ngiphenduka mina ngangihamba noma mncane wami kulezi inkonzo. So uma mncane wami saphenduka naye ngathi kanye kanye. Kodwa engomdala vele ngoba wayengumncane wami. So ke ngoba mina ngangimncane ngina 7 uma mncane mayephenduka yena wathi cha mina ngiya AGCI. Mina ngiphenduke kumfundisi wase Apostolic Faith Mission. So ke ngenxa ukuthi ngimncane nje ukusho totally dependent on a parent wase kuthiwa ke cha uzohamba noma mncane. So uSunday school wami elementary Christian teachings ami ngiwenze vele AGCI. But when I became youth kuyo le ndawo yakithi abazane base Faith Mission baphinde babuya sekungamatende ke manje. Uma bebuya ngilo Sunday school mntwana wase AGC osekhulakhula kodwa ngiyazi mina ukuthi ngaphenduka kubaba umfundisi usibanibani ose Faith Mission. So ke kwasho ukuthi ke sengingakwazi ukuyithathela inqumo ngaleso sikhathi. Uma ngicela kwazani bami ukuthi ayisengicela ukuya la mina engaphendukela khona bangivumela. Though it was uyabona njengoba ngithi ngibese sontela impilo yami yonke at that tender age mhlambe uma ngibuyele eFaith Mission bengo 15 16 kodwa iimpact yokukhona bami ebandleni eAGCI yayisivele ikhona ngaleso sikhathi noma ngangimncane ngaleyo ndlela ngisesekusande. So ke uma nje ngimuva ngibuyele eFaith Mission beza base AGCI ekhaya uzobuza ukuthi umntwana wethu sebenzakaleni ngaye manje ngoba isikhala sami sabonakala ukukhona umntwana obeza ngoba ngaleso sikhathi ematendeni lapha enkonzweni ngangihamba ngicula isolo ngihamba vele ngumntwana onothisekayo ukuthi umntwana ushisekela uNkulunkulu okwakusemntwana. So ingakho ngithi kimi ukuphenduka at 7 kwakuhle kaNkulunkulu angizange empilweni yami futhi ngiphinde ngikhethe uJesu. Azange empilweni yami futhi kuthiwa ngiphinde ngiyibuyisele enkosini. Selokhu ngafika nje enkosini ngalona kuze namhlanje ngisahlezi ngisakho. So uNkulunkulu wayihlela indlela yami ngaleyo ndlela. Ngeke ngithi ke izipho zabantu azifani. Kubula kathi ngiseyingane nje uma ngabe ngifakaza ngithi ngisindisiwe mina abantu adayo awukusencane lokhaka kaboni lutho. Yes but yes look at where we are today. uNkulunkulu wangihawukela ngaleyo ndlela and I'm forever grateful ngoba angazi ukuthi mhlambe ukube uNkulunkulu akafikanga at the tender age ngabe ngagcina
This video Baba would probably go and reach out even to teenagers.
Yes.
Abantwana manje sebeyasaba ukuthatha uJesu because inalento yokuhlaya inyama na sometimes ingenziwa ngabantu basezweni ethu bethe ekholweni but samncane don't singabi ne pay attention to the children so ba end up ukuthi you know what ngcono ngigane then bese ngiyabuya ngizokhola DC. But what were some of the challenges just at the tender age and how did you maneuver as a child? Eqinisweni
nkosazane abazalwane thina esikhulele kubona abafani ngempela nabazalwane banamhlanje. Azange ngibe nayo inselelo ngabe ngikhuluma iphutha phambi kaMoya Oyingcwele. Abazalwane thina babe sigona in a true sense of it. Uma sikhula sasinede kwangathi Godfather. Khona yuza lokhu kuzoba okwami. Athi mina lokhu kuzoba okwami. Umzana wasebandleni akunakekele ngalendlela ukuthi uqokani, makuthiwa ke conference ina akukhokhele, ngoba phela ngisuke ekhaya elingenamali. Kodwa ayikho iconference engazange ngeke kuyona. Ayikho inkonzo engazange ngifike kuyona. Nganginabazali abanjalo abathi uyahamba wena. Mangithi ngisayokuthi ngiyokucela ekhaya, bafike bangicela ekhaya bathi sesimkhokhele, bathi mama uzoqokani, bathi sesimthengele, ngibe umntwana wasesontweni entathe. Mhlambe namhlanje akusekunini lo. Yingakho ke eministrini yami njoba kade ubona izolo sineyinkonzo la, ngiyakholelwa kakhulu ekunakeni umuntu osasephansi, ngoba ukube abazana banginakanga ngendlela abanginaka ngayo, mhlambe ngabe ngadiba, mhlambe ngabe ngakulahla khona. Instead omama thina esikhule kubona babesibiza ngabefundisi bancane, bathi hawu bafundisi ba sizingane kwangempela. Lento yakhela kithi yaphila kithi salithanda ibandla in that sense. So yingakho ke impilo yami nje uma ungasondela lapha ebandleni ukuzisisa ukuthi buthini ukudlana kababa nabantwana, buthini ukuzana kababa nama-teenagers, abantu abasenhlizweni yami kakhulu, ngoba ngatholakala lapha, nganakwa lapha, and uNkulunkulu wazakhela lokho azakhele kona out of that. So ngiyangifisa ukuthi inkonzo eyenziwa kimi nami ebudaleni bami ngiyenze kwabanye abantu, ngoba kusasa ngiyohlangana nomuntu othi ngiyilokho engikhona, because uBishop Twala embraced me and loved me when I was 10. So that's my assignment.
You mentioned something, Baba, that you got saved on a Sunday.
Yes.
Was there anything specific in particular about that you still remember? This was what was said.
Vividly clear. It was the 24th of June. I know the date. Umfundisi mayeshumayela ngangigqokele leso sikhinjana sami wasizingane, angibona ukuthi ngigezile, but kwakuyinkonzo yantamba. Ubaba washumayelayo wafunda incwadi engishumayela ngayo ukuze mina namhlanje. Mina uNkulunkulu ngumveni, mina ngingumlimi, nina ningamagatsha. Uma igatsha lingatheli izithelo linamsebenzi muni, liyanqunywa lishiswe ngomlilo. Now ngicabanga ukuthi i-conviction yami yaba kwi-level yobuntwana bami, and I think that helped me. Ngoba mina ngabona nje vele ukuthi kushuthi mangabe vele mina ngiyilo legatsha, ngingayitheli leyithelo, base ngishisiwe ngomlilo, ngobuyela kanjani esihlahleni. So ngase ngibona ukuthi ayigcono vele mina ngiyinikele ukuze ngingaze nginqunywe ngiyoshiswa ngomlilo. And it was ignorant like that, but it made serious sense to me ukuthi angifuni ukunqunywa esihlahleni. And that's what converted me. Ngazinikela ngoba ngingafuni ukunqunywa esihlahleni ukuze ngiqhubeke ngithele. And that has kept me kuze namhlanje niyona nhloso yami ukuthi Nkosi anginganqunywa, ngifuna ukuthela isithelo. So that's how I got saved, and I know, and that message uma ngishumayela ngaleyo nto kuphenduka abantu abaningi endleleni emalisayo, ngoba is a message that I've carried over the years and it convicted me. So I remember what was said.
You grew up, Baba, and also call you go to the AFM. How does God come to you with calling? Because I always say, it's another thing of sindiswa and serve in the church. It's another thing when God is clear that this. Or before I even go there, what did you want to become besides Bangufundis? What were your plans?
Thank you. Bengithi ngizosho njalo umubuza ngekholi ukuthi cha bazalwane, mina ngangingenanhloso nasifiso sokuba umfundisi. It was not my drive, it was not my passion. Ngiphazamisekile nje uma ngingathiwa lento engiyenzayo uNkulunkulu uyangivumela ukuyiyeka, ngingabona into yamehlo. Kuningi okwakusenhlizweni yami maqondana nempilo yami. So from a tender age and schooling, kwakukliye ukuthi I'm a fluent speaker. Esikoleni ngisafunda imina wayifunda, ngifunda novel. Uthisha makuthiwa bahambile imina ngangisale ngifundisa. I was fluent like that. Ngangiyimonitor. I was in the LCO debate. That's who I am, because I'm outspoken, yes, and intelligent. So into yami ngokomqondo nabantu ababesigruma sikhulu ukuthi lo ngenxa ye capacity yakhe nani nasi isifie ekumele angathi uyasithatha. Ngangifisa kakhulu ukuba umsakazi. That was my passion. Or I wanna be a broadcaster. Yes. So again, that was my passion. I think uNkulunkulu wasebenzisa naleyo nto esenhlizweni yami ngoba ukuvelela kakhulu kwami emhlabeni sengishumayela, it was through radio more than TV and other things. Zonke ngigcine nifikile kuzo ngoba nginobizelo ngento yombhobho. So when I preach on radio, kuba ngazuthi I'm living that dream that always carried me. So that's what I wanted to do. So ke uNkulunkulu engibiza ke, I think uNkulunkulu when he convinced me ukuthi no uzoba sempopeni. So uma ngabe ngikubizela ukuyoshumayela ivangeli usazophatha imic impilo yakho yonke. So ke I think that's where I was because we negotiated with God. Remember uma thina sibizwa, it was not an exciting thing. Abazali bethu uma wami nje babemkhalela kakhulu ngoba kwakwaziwa ukuthi uma uya obizweni uyenhluphekweni. So do you imagine ifamily elizele umntwana womfana ekumele azovusa ikhaya, uyasuka uya obizweni uyoshumayela. So kwangakafani namhlanje abantu ababizwa, namhlanje abantu baqala ama-ministry. Yes, umuntu ngathi ugcina ngabo ukubizwa, into aqala ngayo ukuthi arenti ihholo, arenti ipika, angena shumayela. Nombiziwe noma kabizwanga, as long as eyigagu nje okunye kuyohlangana phambili. But kithi it was very clear ukuthi you must be called of God. And naloku ukubizwa kwakho kwakungasikho ukubizwa kufuna kwaziwe kuwe. Mama laba abadala basebandleni, baba, ngesikhathi ke thina sibiza ngiyakithi mangichaza ngithi wakucontactwa yinto. So mama mawufakaza sasifakaza thina babekuhlunga lapho ukuthi lokhu ungathi kunento. So ke leya nto ke namhlanje interview ukuthi kwakuwukuthi kusho ukuthi unobizo, kodwa kwakungathi kuthi khona into kuyafuna ukugadwa. Sagadwa ke thina, sagadwa ebandleni njengoba ngizwa ngithi azange ngiphinde ngiyinikele. Sagadwa ngoba phela akusho ukuthi uma ukhulele esontweni usindisiwe, you don't go through all the stages every young person goes to. But ngendlela esasigadwe ngayo sasingena chance ngisho yokwenzana ngoba sasigadwe osisi abadala, sigadwe omama. Abanye omama babeze bethi ngendlela abantu abaNkulunkulu abeke into zakhe ngini, ungazi ukuthi uma wayishela omunye umama wayethi ngifisa ngazi ukuthi ninganigwinya makuphuma inkonzo, ngiphinde nginikhafule nikhonze, ngiphinde nize nganiboni izinto ezizongcolisa lento uNkulunkulu ayibeke, because they could see. So I wanted to be that, and God called me to what I'm doing. But I am blessed because okwami ipassion yami I found umuntu othi ngangifuna ukuyokwenza something totally in the secular. Yes, in a way I found a better deal than what I had predicted for myself and wished for myself.
Baba, did you ever work besides going to seven course?
Yes, I worked partially. Just when I was ending my high school, ngasebenza partially kune company ayibizwa ukuthi World Vision. So ngasebenza ka World Vision as a customer service. Yes, I think for 2 or 3 years. La ngangibendasha khona ama services ami. But it was in line with ministry anyway, because your World Vision was a Christian company. AI sponsorisha abantwana, iba connected nama sponsors from Taiwan, from China. So kwavele kuyi charity work eyayilokhu ibeka isithupha to my direction. Yes.
So that was the only.
That was the only. Yes, I've been in ministry since then. Yes.
You've been in ministry almost your entire life. 7 years you're fun with doing.
Yes.
I always say, I don't want to leave this question unasked. What are some of the things obviously was food in manage or some I wish there's a Nangizazi even before I started.
Who winning odwa encwadini yami engiyibhalayo isihloko sencwadi sithi the art or the grace of starting early. On the book, I am trying to explain ukuthi umusa ongakanani ukushesha uqala. At where I am today, emehlweni omunye umuntu angangibona ngazi ukuthi ngiyi-success engcono kunomunye. Kanti i-secret ukuthi mawuqale early unethuba lonke lokwenza amaphutha, uphinde ube nethuba lonke lokuwalungisa. Kanti umuntu ofike later fanele aqikelele ngoba ukwenza kwakhe amaphutha ukhosta isikhathi avele engenaso. So ke kuningi singabala kushone, kodwa ngibonga uNkulunkulu ngokuthi wangipha umusa wokuqala early. Anginawo ama-regrets ngesinqumo sokuresponda to the call. If I would choose to do anything, I'd still choose serving God's people and serving God's purpose through the call that He has given me, because this fulfills me.
You know, I'm fortunate that before I came to you, you were part of a band that I listened. Umsebenzi wami betravela kakhulu abroad for 3 months, and what sustained us listening to my ear. And you were part of the people that I listened to. And some of the things that I picked up was the fact that family matters. You even if, as much as you shumai evangeli, but the core of everything, you still go back to the family, the importance of the family. And I think ngenye izinto ministers abantu bakhohlwa ukuyibalansa umndeni nobizo. How do you make sure that you abasaleli abantwana bakho, awusaleli umndeni?
Nkosazane, ngicabanga ukuthi ekushumayeleni wonke umuntu kumele ahambe azithole ukuthi yini eyayenza ukuthi naye abuthwe. Bese uma besikhuluma kwa-secular besothi i-speciality, ukuthi i-area ospecialize kuyona yini. Mina mawungilalela noma ngishumayela ngani, noma ngashumayela ngaliphi ivesi, kodwa angivali ngingafikanga ekhaya. Eyami into isemndenini, sekuhlalisaneni, sekuphisaneni, ebandleni kusekhaya, ekhaya kusebandleni. Ilapho nje into yami, ngiwumuntu womndeni. Hayi ngoba ngaba ne-experience enkulu ngomndeni, kodwa I came from ifamily engabhalansanga. Ibandla langiphonsela inselelo yokuthi umndeni obhalansile unje. Lase litshala kimi isifiso sokuba nalento engayibona esontweni. Hence I teach in couples, I teach ngoba ngaba nesisi konke lo mndeni enginawo ubone kuKristu, ubone ebandleni. So uma ngabe ngifundisa isifiso sami sisuke sithi abaphilayo kwangathi bangaba umzekelo ngomndeni owenza ukuthi thina abantwana esifika imndeni yethu inhlaka sibe nento esiyifundayo, siyifise ngoba siyibone iphila ebandleni. Ngamanye amagama, uma ngabe ngishadile, abangashadile mabangathi mabebuka umshado wami bathi ngingcono nginje. Uma ngabe nginabantwana, abangenabantwana bathi abangathi ngiright ngingenabantwana uma umuntu onabantwana. Ilokho ngifuna ukubeka istatement la esithi kungcono kakhulu ukufunda ngamaphutha abanye abantu kunokulwela ukufunda ngamaphutha akho, ngoba iBhayibheli lesilishumayelayo liyinhlanganisela yezindaba ezithinta inhlalo yabanye abantu. And we've learned from that. We've designed our lives through that. Now it is us living our life. Can we live a life that gives glory to God and challenge other people to and inspire other people to say, this is the life I live. So angeke ngizincome ngokuthi I strike a balance ngoba engikwenzayo angikufundanga ndawo, ngibuke ngaba inspired by certain families abaserva in ministry and took example from them. uNkulunkulu umsizi wami, I applied into my own family. So that's what I do. So ke izwi leli engathi liyiseluleko, ngikholwa ukuthi ngingumpristi wekhaya lami kuqala before ngiba umpristi webandla. So njengoba ngiseva la ebandleni, iclear into yami nonkosikazi wami ebandleni. Abazali bayazi ukuthi ngimephi nonkosikazi wami, ngimephi nabantwana bami. Anginamahloni ngomndeni wami. Angisifuni ispotlight esikimi umkami abesethunzini. Angisifuni ispotlight esikimi nonkosikazi wami abantwana bami babesethunzini. Kunamabandla la abantwana bakamfundisi bengaziwa khona. Kuyaziwa khona ngathi unazi ingane, kodwa akangazange ayimisa phambili, akangazange ayiveza. Kanti ubizo lwami lukhosta ngendlela emangalisayo kubantwana bami. At least they should be getting a spotlight out of it, so that bezonikela ngami ukuthi akayi ubaba kulento kaNkulunkulu ngoba siphila ngayo, si survive ngayo, impilo yethu isekelwe yiyona. Kodwa uma abantwana bengenakho ukukhanyelwa ngokuthi ngenzani, kubo kuba ngathi ubaba akasebenzi, ubaba uwumfundisi. Angazi mabe buzwe esikoleni ukuthi ubaba wakho usebenza kuphi, athi hayi ubaba wethu akasebenzi, ubaba uwumfundisi. Bese kuba ngazi ukuthi ukuba umfundisi ukungasebenzi. Kanti mina ngiyasebenza. I am a minister of the word. Recently esikoleni somntwana wami bekuthiwa bhala ngeqhawe lakho. Umntwana wami phoned me, I was traveling, and said, Baba, can you send me some, I want these details. For what? Uthi esikoleni bathe ngikhulume ngeqhawe lami, and mina iqhawe lami uwe, oyena muntu mina engimaziyo uwe. Ngezwe inyembezi ishise emehlweni ami ukuthi while I'm just a pastor, but umntwana wami has taken credit ekuthenini and pride ekuthenini I am a PK, I am a child that belongs to a pastor, and ubaba wami uyasebenza. When I'm called esikoleni to attend any other thing, uthisha womntwana wami will just say, we know that you travel a lot. We know that, oh, are you in town? Are you around? Abantwana bami are able to refer to us. No, our parents are in ministry. Umama ushumayela le, ubaba ushumayela le. We were not in them this weekend. We are traveling with our parents. They were ministering. Bayazi abantwana ukuthi iyona into esiyenzayo yile. So sengisho ukuthi ke okunye engicabanga ukuthi siyakulungisa ngokwenza le balance. Yiloku obaba bethu abasizalayo abahluleka ukukwenza. Kwahamba bona bayobizwa. Imindeni yabo yangabi bikho kulola bizo lwabo. So ke lokuya kungabi bikho emindenini ibanga bele abantwana into yeministry kwaba yinto kababa, bangacabanga ukuthi bona khona abangakudlala. But today my girls are young as they are, but they already have roles that they play in ministry because they know ukuthi we are for ministry. Tina, we are a family in ministry. It's not just our mother and our father are in ministry, but we are together in this. They've also find joy if we're remaining here, siyaxoxa, senzani, what can I do? What can I assist? Or skhatha amaphepha, senza ukuthi kwasesontweni. So lento ijoy yokuthi this is our father's call, but this is our father's profession and work as well. Yes. So uma ngabe umntana menesidingo esithize, she will know ukuthi baba uma uhamba kahle kushumayeleni kwakho kushumayelwayo ngiyocela ungenzele into ethize because uyazi ukuthi i-income kababa wami it is in what baba is doing. Yes. So it's I cannot take credit and say yes I bring balance. I've learned, I've copied from the lives of those ahead of me.
At the same, usasho kanjalo baba, kukhona question that comes into mind ukuthi as much as you bring them and make sure that they are also partaking to what you are doing.
Yes.
How do you also protect? Because singabazalwane sibanda itendency ukuthi Baba bengcwele, baba bezingelosi, baba this. There's so much pressure that we put, they need to be this particular kind of people. And some of them would fight them if they want to fight you. But being told when they will keep her that anger, whatever. How do you make sure they still get protected as well?
Njengoba ungizwethu unkosazana ngithi abantwana bami unkosikazi wami, so lo wami lo engimendosayo nengimenza loud othi bangabami before beba abebani. So unkosikazi wami unkosikazi abantwana bami akusibona abantwana bebani. So there's a line between my family and the church. Nginesisho engiyaye ngisisho esithi nkosazana, mayingavuki indlu kaNkulunkulu at the expense of my house. Mayingami indlu yami at the expense of God's house. Ngoba ngikubizelwe kokubili. Uma kuthiwa besixoxa sinaba, I was going to remind you of stories ka Moses owavusa indlu kaNkulunkulu waze wathatha umkakhe nabantwana wabayise ekhweni. Uba umkhwe kaMoses wabuya wathi hayibo indoda nendoda iyigadela umuzi wayo. So ke out of those things we have learned ukuthi there is a line between my family and the church. It is my duty ukuthi ngenze sure ukuthi unkosikazi wami akaphenduki isituli sikaSawuthi. It is my duty ukwenza sure ukuthi abantwana bami ababanjwa izandla zeingelosi ukuze bayobona uNkulunkulu. Fanele abantwana bami mabefakaza ngami ekufeni kwami bathi siyamazi umzalwane, because our father was a Christian. Unkosikazi wami kumele athi ngiyanikhalela bazalwane ngobishop wenu obizwe inkosi, kodwa ngiyazikhalela nami ngomzalwane ebengihlezi naye. So ke ngikholwa ukuthi Mama land and Baba land is not the promised land. So kufanele ukuthi sesifikile Mama land nas Baba land sigcine siyobona uKristu. So ke nginoxanduva ngomndeni wami, nginoxanduva ngebandla likaKristu. So it is my duty to protect. I may not explain what how do you protect per se, but I am cautious that it is my responsibility ukuthi impilo yabantwana bami ingadetermine noma standards abazalwane abababekele bona. Yes, impilo kankosikazi wami ingadetermine noma standards abazalwane abambekele bona. Kungasho abazalwane ukuthi umkama akakwazi ukugqoka isikhindi ngoba umama mfundisi bahambe bona boqoka izikhindi zabo. Kungasho abazalwane abantwana bangabakwazi ukufaka ama-tight abo ngoba ngabantwana bakamfundisi bahambe bona boqoka ama-tight abo. Because isigaba sikankosikazi wami adlula kusona fanele asidlule sonke isigaba sakhe kuze angadefault, because kunezinto angazange akwazi ukuzi-expressa ngenxa ukuthi egade inkonzo ngoba akabizelwe lento. Imina engibizele, imina engingaba nama-limitations ukuthi angikwazi ukwenza lokhu ngoba ngibiziwe, angikwazi ukuba yilokhu ngoba ngibiziwe. But abantu abamndeni wami they can't carry i-burden yokuhlala nami kuze kudistebheke impilo zabo ngenxa ukuthi kubizwe mina, bazongizonda ubizwe. So I should be able to say when I come to my house, I'm now ubaba, ngikhipha ukholo wami, ngikhipha iketango nering, ngifocus kubantwana bami. So mina what I do is uthande engithanda ngalo unkosikazi wami akusilona uthande engithanda ngalabantwana bami. Abantwana bami banothando lwabo lokuba amadodakazi ami, umkami unothando lwakhe lokuba inkosikazi yami, because she was not married to a man of God, she was married to her husband. And she will always want to see her husband in the man of God that I am. uNkulunkulu angithole unkosikazi wami angithole, so that unkosikazi wami abe fulfilled, angashadi umshado wasezulwini.
Ngicela ukubuza baba, do you have mentor?
Yes.
Because yenye izinto in
Yes.
our generation simentorishwa abroad, simentorishwa online. Imentor zethu nje bekade ngisho kuma Mlongogo, imentor zethu nje ngabantu abangakaze basibone bangasazi abake nandaba nathi. But what's the importance, especially to us as young people, of being mentored?
Hey, danami angazi ukuthi nginga approacha kanjani kulezi insuku esiphila kuzona. Abazalwana babiziwe abasha bafuna ukufadarishwa, lokho abayaye besicele khona kuma-inbox nakuphi ukuthi uNkulunkulu ukhulume nami. Uyakhuluma uNkulunkulu nabantwana bethu kakhulu. Nathi uNkulunkulu asimtholi njengalabantwana nokukhuluma. Indlela ukhuluma nabo ekuseni, akhulume emini, akhulume ntambama. Bese izinto ezibalekile uNkulunkulu engabe uyayikhuluma nabo angayikhulumi, akhulume nje lezi zikamoya kuphela. Bese kusala thina sisenxele. With that being said, ngikholelwa ukuthi into ka-spiritual father ijule kakhulu, kanti ilula into yemento. Kulula ukuyibophezela kumento kunokuyibophezela ku-spiritual father, ngoba abanye abantu o-spiritual father bahambe bebacinga, kanti ngesingami u-spiritual father bekufanele ukuthi akuzale ungamfuni, hence igama lithi father. But the opinions will be different. I don't want to debate and argue on that. Ngenza nje isibonelo. Khona ngenza isibonelo ngomntana uAmahle. uAmahle uzelwe yimina enyameni. Uphinde uphendukela kimi. Okusho ukuthi uAmahle une blessing empilweni yakhe ethi akayi kumfuna uspiritual father ngoba ubiological father wakhe uphinde waba spiritual father wakhe. But that does not mean I'm enough. She still needs to be inspired. She still needs to be mentored. And I cannot say, I am your father, I am your spiritual father, I am your mentor, I'm your inspiration. So, abanye abantu, when they inspire you, you don't need to actually sit with them, because inspiration can be even from afar. Khona umuntu o-inspirishwa ukuthi ngithanda indlela uBishop angayo nomkakhe, but engesikho sekonke kufuna abe yiyo nami ukuze ngim-inspirishe. That is inspiration. So kunabantu that are my inspiration, but that I don't need to have a relationship with them so that they inspire me. I can be inspired right from where they are. Ngoba mhlambe uma ngisondela, I might find ukuthi what inspired me when I was far is not actually what I saw. So ngesikhathi ngisondela sengibulala le inspiration bese ngihamba ngakho lo mqondo ukuthi what you see is not what is there. Wangazi ukuthi abazali bebengakufunda lokho ukuthi it is correct to be inspired by Luke, though I did not see him, but I'm inspired by Luke's faith. I'm motivated. It is correct. So abazali usumuntu angaba inspired bese funa ukuyofadarishwa. Kanti omunye umuntu funda nje kuye, thanda indlela angayo okungadingi ukuthi uziyosondela kuye. Because uthola ukuthi umuntu uhambe esekhuluma ngezingcezu zikaNkulunkulu ukuthi lo baba akasiyona lento engicabanga ukuthi kuyiyona, ngoba vele akukhuluma ngaNkulunkulu kuye wacabanga. Kanti ukuba inspired akusho ukuthi you actually need to go and be that person. Ngenza nje example. Ngiwumuntu othanda i-word of faith. I am inspired by imfundiso kaDr. Creflo Dollar. I am inspired by indlela engibona bephila ngayo njenge-couple bemesha benzani benomama uThafli Dollar. Kodwa awukho umzamo engiwenzayo wokubabona. Angihleli nje ukuthi ngathi ngake ngiphuze nabithiye. But they've inspired me from when I was a child. Ngifunde esikoleni, ngiyimember yo Change Your World, ngiyiphathi bengithumela amagazini and what. I've been inspired by impilo kababa uKenneth Copeland noClara Copeland when I was young, bephesheya bele. But angaze ngizama ukuyobabona ngoba anginayo into efuna ukuyobabona, ngenelisiwe i-inspiration abanginikeza yona. Amazali namhlanje ngathi baye bakufunde ukuthi uyakwazi ukweneliswa futhi uze uchanele impilo yakho ungakazi ube ne-engagement nalo yamuntu that is inspired. Now basheshisa abazane bafuna ukuthi sizobafadarisha, kanti komunye nje I am a source of inspiration. So number one, ngifundisa into ongayibuzile ethi nginabantu who inspire me up to this day. Njengoba ngumfundisi nginethuba lokumema, akusho ukuthi wonke umuntu ongi-inspirishayo sekufuna ngimmeme, ngoba inspiration is not for pulpit. Inspiration is for me, for my upbringing, for my confidence making and all that. Number two, yebo nkosazana, I do have spiritual mentors. Nalapho futhi ku-spiritual mentorship Umuntu angakumentorisha from the distance. Umuntu angakumentorisha at a close range. Kuya ngamathuba uNkulunkulu akunikeza wona ngalowo. But there's still a thin line in our nation between a mentor and a spiritual father.
Yes,
Ngoba abanye abantu basuke befuna a mentor, bacele a spiritual father. Uma lo mzalwane esefunctiona as a spiritual father, athathe i-offense lo ukuthi ngathi ufuna ukungicontrola, ngathi ufuna manje ngizibike, ngathi ufuna manje ngifuna ama-permission kuye, ngathi ufuna ukungiphatha, kanti wafuna ubaba, kanti yena ubefuna nje umuntu ozomguida kulento abizelwe yona. So I do have people I go to sit with and say, Baba, how did you come here? Baba, how did you get here? But I don't, those people ngaphela 6 months ngakhulumanga nabo, ngaphela 3 months ngakhulumanga nabo, because they are my mentors, they are my inspiration, but they are not my spiritual father. Ngoba kwesinye isikhathi angenze isibonelo njengami. Mina ngibe ingane ephakathi komhlane nembeleko. Ngokokufadarishwa, ngifadarishwe ubaba uNtombela umkhulu. Kodwa ubaba uNtombela was an honest father to me. I-ministry yakhe ibingekho exposed kuloku mina engibizelwe khona. So ubaba uGumbu wangithatha ubaba uNtombela wangithatha yena ngesandla. Wanginikeza ubaba uGumbu. Wathi lo mfana unalento yakho. Ngicela ungisizele yena kulento yakho yokuhamba yokuyale nale ngoba ngibona ngathi unalento yakho, ngibona ngathi angizukwazi ukumsiza. Enye into ekusafuna ke siyikhulume masisodwa njengoba ukugcina umuntu, kodwa ububona kahle ukuthi awunayo into le ayidinga kuwe, kanti ngabe uyamdlulisa, ungakhaleli nalezishumi zakhe, umdlulise nje kahle, uyodonate ngaye phambili. La ezosizakala khona kunokulokhu lwela ukuthi indodana yami uyayilekelela na, uyakhona yini ukuyisa la uNkulunkulu efuna ukuyisa khona na, kunokuthi uthi indodana yami. Now why we are so strict about this thing when it comes to spirituality? Kanti abantwana bethu azange siba homeschool, abantwana bethu azange siba home high school, abantwana bethu azange siba home college, abantwana bethu azange siba home tertiary. Sibathathile sabayisa kulabo abazobanika lento abayidingayo. Yo behlale nathi for 17-16 years sibanikeza lokhu thina esingabanikeza kona njengabazali. I believe it should be so even in spiritual matters. Ngingamgcini umuntu obizelwe into enkulu kanti nangibizelwe into encane, ngoba ingqondo yami ithi uzongi-overtake, uzongi-undermine mayisebizele into enkulu. Umuntu uzala udokotela yena ewumashanyela, loya dokotela uzalwe umashanyela, kodwa ukuze ayoba udokotela ufuna ayojika emedunza kubantu abazomnikeza leyanto okungamxebuli ukuthi akasasiyeno wami ngoba sekaye kubantu abazinto mina engingayazi. So I believe masingake sihambe leyo level le ministry dadewethu ingahamba ibanga elide kakhulu. Ikhriphekile into yeministry, ikhrijwa ngabantu ababanjwe ngamaketango ey'ndaweni ekumele ngabe sebakhulwa kudala kuzo, bahlelele iloyalty engenaqiniso engeke bafikise la bebizelwe ukuya khona. Uthi ubaba uNtombela, when we honored him, senginale ministry. When the ministry is big, this ministry go East London, this ministry inama branches where uthi ubaba uNtombela kimi ukube ngagcina ngakuhlalisa kimi, buka wonke lo msebenzi ongaka manje uNkulunkulu awenze ngawe ungowami, ukuthi ngabe azange uze wenze, ngoba uma ngabe you were in our church you wouldn't grow as much as you grew when I gave you to Babhumi. So Babhumi is my mentor that I was presented, ngalethwa ngimkhethanga, ngalethwa ubaba wamathi nangu mfana ngicela ukukhulisela yena. So when Babhumi became late, eshona, azange ngibe nesidingo sokuyocinga manje futhi ubaba, ngoba nginayo uBamntombela. uMamntombela still remains njengomama wami. Instead ngawela ezandleni zikababa uGumbi njengobaba oyimentor yami. So angidingi ukuyofuna, ngoba akusho ukuthi uma ngingasenayo spiritual father angisakwazi ukufunction enkonzweni uNkulunkulu angini, ngoba ubaba uGumbi uyiko konke lokhu baba mahlobo ayeyikona kimi ngesikhathi emphi. Kumkhuleko wami kakhulu nkosazana ukuthi le ngxenyana esiyithintayo ibaluleke ngendlela ebangasayo, ngoba ngibabonile abantu bengafiki la uNkulunkulu efuna baye khona bebanjwe abantu abangenayo futhi into yokubasa lapha. Ngiyamthanda kakhulu lo yababa ethempelini uma umfana elokhe yakuye ethi priest ngathi uyangibiza, priest ngathi uyangibiza. Ithi iBhayibheli wabese sethi kuye uEli uma ephinde kubiza uthi thetha nami isicaka sakho siphulaphula. Ngimthandela ukuthi lo yababa akazange athi mfana afune ukuzenza uNkulunkulu kumfana. Wamhand over umfana mayisebona umfana ufikelwe ilento eyafikela mina, ngoba uma ngabe lento yafikela umprofeti uEli izomfikela lo mfana. Wangathi ngingasho lo mlayezo kobaba ukuthi bobaba asibavumeleni abantwana bethu mabefikelwe ile yanto eyafikela thina, and allow them to.
Baba, can you please just put light? What is a spiritual father? What is a mentor?
It's a broad question that one may tackle ngendlela different. As I said, we might debate it when we try to explain. But according to my understanding, ubaba wakwamoya umuntu onakekela umuntu ngokwezidingo zakwamoya. I don't know if I make sense. Angithi ozale umuntu, ngithi omnakekela. Angenzi isibonelo, ngishumayele eradweni kakhulu, ngishumayele emsakazweni, ngishumayele kuma-assembly, ngishumayele emingcwabeni. Ayikho indawo engishumayele kuyo engingayibizanga athi akhona kwaba nabantu abayinikele enkosini. Manje umbuzo wami wodwa-ke, shuthi ngu-spiritual father wabonke labantu engingabazi nokuthi wobani engingazange ngize ngihlangane nabo nokuyaphi ngelinye. It can't be so. For me, nginento ethi u-spiritual somebody, mother or what, yiloyo noma ngabe ungithole ngikhona, lo onginakekelile wangondla wangikhulisa kulento engiyamukelile uyena ongizele. Uthi uPaul Paul mayekhuluma ngayo uthi noma ninabafundisi abaningi enkosini, uthi kodwa ubaba wenu munye, abesethi mina ngubaba wenu ngoba ngibizele ngevangeli. So ke ukuzala umuntu ngevangeli, for me, it's not just to say lift up your hand then I'm the spiritual father, kodwa kusho ukuhamba naye umuntu evangelini ngimnakekele, ngoba ukusho in actual fact bengamele kube yimina ngithi lo yindodana yami, bekumele kube yiyona indodana ethi lo ubaba wami, ngoba yazi into engiyenze kuyo ngiyenza le ndodana eyibiza ngayo, ngiyenza le ndodakazi eyibiza ngayo. But umentor is somebody that I personally discover to say, I'm admiring this ministry and I believe that this particular person can assist me. That is why again ngithi umentor ngahamba ngempela ukuthi baba sengubhekile ngakunothisa ngicela ungimentorishe, anginikeze ama steps nama guidelines afuna ukungimentorisha ngawo, ngisho ukuthi ayangilungela na noma wangilungela. Yes, angibophelekile kumentor wami for my lifetime. And one is not confined in one mentor. You can have as many mentors as you can.
You have touched something very sensitive. Ungamgcini umuntu kanti awunayo into yokumsalayela.
Uyambulala. Yes. Mina ngingethande nje ukuchithela umuntu isikhathi. Njengoba nami ngingethanda ukuthi umuntu angichithele isikhathi sami. Yes, isikhathi is precious. Njengoba ngihlezi lapha ngihlezi esikhathini sami, uNkulunkulu anginikeze sona. Ekumele kube i-decision yami ukuthi ngenzani ngazo. So I should not waste time. Time is precious. So if my time is precious, then somebody's time should be precious. Should be precious. So nobody should waste somebody's time and say, please father me, and you're wasting my time. You know that you don't want that. So you're wasting resources that I put in you. You're wasting time that I put in you, knowing exactly that's not what you want. You see. So also, as a father, I must not waste anybody's time. Yes. Umuntu ebizele into ethize ngiyibona, angisheshe ngimdedele kuyona. Angabambeze icebo laNkulunkulu lingabanjezelwa umuntu engithi ngisambheka, ngizomrelease, ngizomkhulula konke engisayenza kuye, ngoba more than into mina engiyenza kuye, khona into uNkulunkulu ayenza kuye. Yes. Amanye amadodana kuze kugcine kuthiwa are rebellious, anjanjana awanahlonipho, ngoba nathi singobaba sike sibabambe nje abantu isidingo singekho sokubabamba. Kanti umuntu muse la uNkulunkulu noma uyoshayisa noma uyokwenzani, it is okay. Akahamba angabanjwa yimi umuntu ngimbambe ngoba ngithi khona engisayenza kuye, kanti uNkulunkulu naye khona ayenza kuye.
dizzy. Baba, what are some of the things that were in mistake in the ministry? Officer, what a young person can take out. But again, be careful.
Mistake yokuqala enkulu that I made in ministry was to trust easily. Trust easily. People are not what they seem to. So, njengoba lithi iBhayibheli uqale kusiwe umuntu othemba lakhe lingumuntu. It means what it says. So, sithi scripture, themba uJehova ngenhliziyo yakho yonke, unganciki kokwakho ukuqonda. I've learned the hard way. Because when you come in ministry, you trust. And you bend your fingers many times because of trust. So, but that does not mean I should be now trying to protect myself. Ngoba okunye kumele sikulwele ukuthi uma ngabe njengomzali okwamoya ndonzakele ngawe, I should not allow my heart to change. That those who actually need me will find me being a different person because of your mistakes. Bonke kufuna bangithole ngiseyilo ekumele bamthole. Bangavinjwa ukuthi ngigcoliswe wena kangakanani. And that's the painful part of ministry. Because you will do exactly what you did, the very same way you did it. And abantu abasafarisha kakhulu are those closer to us. Because they can see that you are trusting that person the very same way you trusted that person that hurt you. You are giving a space to that person the same way you gave space to that person that hurt you. But in principle, ithi fanele bakuthole uyilo muntu uNkulunkulu athe yeah. Angahlupheki umuntu wesibili ehlushwa ukuthi wena walinyaza umuntu wokuqala. So maye ngena umtshela ngezinto ezenziwa umuntu wokuqala, angasasitholi isithuba sokuthi abe uye kuwe funa alwele amacala umuntu kade engekho. That's the painful part about ministry. Everybody must find you must find the best of you. So you keep giving your best regardless ukuthi best wakho ulinyazwa kangakanani. Ngoba faye nalo yafike athole exactly. I think mothers can attest to what I say. Ingane enceliswa ibele ililume yenzeni, but elandelayo kumele iphinde inikwe lona lelo bele. Yes, umama angathi umfweni wayengiluma. So sengancelisa kanje ngoba ngisaba ukuthi ngiyalunywa, ngisafuni ngamabele ami ngoba nganikeza umuntu ibele lami walenza kanje. That's the painful part of that ministry. Ukuthi people have everything that they can say about us, but nobody's asking us how do we feel. Nobody's asking us ukuthi leyanto eyenzeka wena wazizwa kanjani ngayo. And everybody has something to say about us, and nobody's asking us ukuthi sithini. And we need to live with that because we are called to the work of ministry.
Baba, betrayal in the ministry is one of the things that I think it's one of his Izinto's corner. I think it can be answered by Lombuzo or how do you then the fact that ngifikile ngaklimaza sengikhulumela ke manje ebandleni ngafika ngaklimaza ngahamba bakhona bazofika nabo bafike badlale le role that I played. How do you not balance? How do you make sure that you still stay intact?
Ngizophendula ngomusho othi umelusi umsebenzi wakhe umelusi. Noma kusekuseni, noma kusemini, noma ntambama umsebenzi wakhe umelusi. Yingakho umelusi kumele axhumane nomelusi omkhulu ukuze amnikeze inhliziyo kamelusi. Umelusi, if you watch animal channels, uthi ezokhipha into esemazinyweni kaShala, esemazinyweni isilwane sibe siluma yena ngoba sona asazi ukuthi njobe esizwisa ubuhlungu usikhipha ubuhlungu nobukhulu ngenxa ukuthi isilwane sesilimele sihlatshwe ile yanto uma eza kule ndawo ehlatshiwe sikhahlela kakhulu sizama ukuyivela angifuni ungithunuke kanti akazeli uzothunuka uzomthunuka kanye aphile nginaphakade. So iyakhulekelwa inhliziyo kamelusi ngoba umelusi umsebenzi wakhe ukwelusa. Different livestock, different types of animals that you're supposed to live. Angithi nje ubona kwabona lokuthi uJesu kuzo zonke izinto ezikhona emhlabeni abiza ibandla ngeziphi. When wasemakhaya you would know. Inkomo nje wathina selokishini. Eyiningi azinabizi. Kodwa ntambama ziyabuya. Ezala elokishini zasingisindlela ekhaya. Imbuzi ziyabuya. Kodwa iziphi?
No.
Zidinga umelusi. So uJesu mayethi ke ibandla liyizimvu kusho ukuthi you need a special grace to pastor those. Izimvu kuphela ezilwaneni ezingaqedwa isitimela zonke zi100. Zibona izimvu zindize emoyeni ishaya isitimela ziya zonke. Izimvu. So I don't want to place a thumb and say betrayal is real, is hardcore, because Leo betrayal ayintsha. uJesu uthe ingamangali uma izwe ngoba nami. So akukho kusha, akukho kwenzeka kuthina ngoba singcono ngani. Izinto zohamba ngezibizo ukuthi ziyimfilo baba. Bitter, sour, but necessary for the church.
Before my last question, before Ngivale, what can you say to us, young people, the young lions? What can you say to our generation? Because we're sure you have spoken, you're observer, and Ninama concern is a bit I wish you guys can know this about Ubizo Gangolo, Ukolwa in general.
Isifiso sami esikhulu njengoba ngiseva icebo likaNkulunkulu. Ngingumntwana kaNkulunkulu ngaphambi kokuthi ngibongisho. Ubudlelwane engingafisi bungilahlekele. Ubudlelwane bokuthi ekugcineni kohambo ngimbone owangibizayo. So i-relationship engiyigade kakhulu emhlabeni ile yokuba umntwana une-reputation yami ne-office la. Manje ngibona ngazuthi nina nigade kakhulu amagama enu kunobuntwana bukaNkulunkulu. Njengoba kuno-Facebook kunani abantu basithuka ngayo yonke indlela abathanda ngayo, kodwa ngeke ungizwe ngiphendule ngoba uma ngabe kuba khona i-attack ngi-check indaba yami yobuntwana bukaNkulunkulu, ngi-check ukuthi iscripture sithini ngami. Angikwazi ukutholakala sengiyoyilwela kanti kuthiwe kimi mina ngizonilwela. Kunezinto engakhiwe ngazo kwakhiwa umntwana kaNkulunkulu. Nesikhathi ngikhuliswa kwakungakhuliswa isisebenzi senkosi, kwakukhuliswa umntwana kaNkulunkulu. Therefore umlayezo wami omkhulu uthi emakhaya, uthi kuma young lions, nurture your relationship with God. Ngoba ekugcineni uNkulunkulu, he will not judge me as Bishop Twala. He will judge me as Thokozani Emmanuel Twala before he judges me as Bishop Twala. Akufanele ngifike kuNkulunkulu ngithi Nkosi angifikanga ngenxa yabazalwane, ngoba the day ngiyinikele enkosini ngangingayinikeleli ukuyoba umbishop wabazalwane, ngangiyinikelele ukuthi mina ngiba umntwana kaNkulunkulu. So that is what is important to me, ukuthi i-relationship yami noNkulunkulu iyona emqoka ukudlula konke. So kuyisifiso neseluleke engifisa ukusponsor kubo bonke abangabashumayeli ukuthi asilweleni ubudlelwane nenkosi qala before silwela amagama ethu nezithunzi zethu. Igama liyakhuphuka, igama liyehla, igama kusasa liphezulu, igama kusasa liphansi, but ekugcineni kuthiwa kwavulwa incwadi nalabo amagama abo angatholakalanga encwadini yokuphila. Baphinde bafulelisa. Therefore, I'm trying to say, I am more concerned about my end more than my current. Isigcino sami sizoba yini? Ukuphela kwami kuzoba yini? Uma ngabe ekugcineni kwami, I will see God. Yilokho okukhulu. Thank you.
Yeah, Baba.
Thank you
Thank you so much.